episode of Behind the Lens, and I'm Paul, and thank you very much for watching. In today's episode, I'm going to name you a bunch of reasons why this very little DJI Osmo Action cam is probably one of the best buys you can make in 2021, or why you should buy it, because this camera remains a great camera. To be precise, in DJI Osmo Action. I always want to say pocket. Anyways, let's go to the reasons. There's between 10 and 20, and I'm going to make it as short as possible. Reason number 1, front screen. Yes, the GoPro 9 has it, and nowadays the Insta range has it as well, but 2 years ago this was the bomb, and the great thing is it comes with facial tracking. Reason number 2, removable lens covers. This might sound like a very small thing, but it's actually a big thing, because you can mount different various types of filters on there. Here it is. Removable batteries. Now that is awesome. Battery life on this is about 1000 or 1200 ampere, but it isn't that great. So if you're doing a lot of filming, you better bring a few batteries, and those are very affordable. Reason number 4. Oh, the reasons. Voice control commands. Maybe I'm jumping the queue here, but it's pretty awesome. If you're on your bike, like I often say, go rolling or whatever, you have predefined voice controls, but once it works, it works. It's actually awesome. Reason number 4 or 5, I forgot track now, is rock steady, aka image stabilization. I was actually quite surprised with this when I was actually walking around, because I wear hiking boots normally, so you have a lot of stutter and shakes. And to be very honest, I found the rock steady to be what it does. It's rock steady. It comes with a small crop factor, so your screen gets a bit like this, but it's definitely not any disturbance. You suddenly don't go like you have on DJI Pocket 2. No, it's just a bit there, and it's great. 6th reason, oh, I forgot them. It's the what they call the de-warping. So basically this is a 26 or 27 millimeter lens, but it's pretty wide, and you get these kind of rounds here. Once you put the de-warp in, gone. I like that. There it is. The menus. It's fantastic, easy touch screen. You can just do whatever you want to. You see now it flips screen, and here's your front display, and now it's back again. You see, and you can pretty much customize as much as you want to, and that's a pretty amazing thing on a camera which is 2 years old, and GoPro 9 is now the first one who actually, at least not the first one, it's the first GoPro camera which has a front-facing screen. Color science, yeah, that means what kind of colors come straight out of camera, and you have 2 modes, your normal kind of shooting mode, and there's a mode called Cine D, which is a very flat color profile you can use for, let's say, if you're more into cinematic video. The normal color science here is very nice, and if you do Cine D, you get a very flat one. If I see, and this is very subjective, this is my own opinion, I don't like oversaturated color profiles, as you can probably see. And that's also one of the reasons why I really like this camera. A GoPro in general, especially the 9, tends to oversaturate, so the blues are very blown out, the reds are very blown out. It's not my style, but it's subjective, and I really love that color science on it. It's also water resistant. It's not only water resistant, you can go as deep as 10 meters, or even, it claims, 11 meters without using a protective case. I don't know if you've ever been underwater for 10 meters. I get claustrophobic after 2, but if you're really one of those divers, it might be of interest to really check this camera out. Another reason, yeah, it keeps raining, which is my bridge into the weather. I've tested this at -10 with a hard eastern wind blowing in, which in my country means it's freaking cold, with a high chill factor, and I've used it during the summer in temperatures full in the sun for hours. It doesn't seem to overheat, nor does it shut down, which is also a reason if you're in climates which are less moderate, so more extreme, this could definitely be a good choice for you. You can shoot HDR video, and that's one of the other reasons as well. HDR video on this machine, yeah, it's always a bit tricky with HDR because it's so saturated, but the crop factor is really manageable, so you can use it, which is good. You can live stream. So if you want to live stream on YouTube, you can watch a little tutorial here on my channel. It's in the description below, just as the link to all the other cameras. The DJI Mimo app. the Mimo app. That's where you connect this babies. That's where you live stream from. It's for free. There's no subscriptions whatsoever. Unlike with GoPro, which is kind of a freemium, and then you have to pay for a lot of stuff. So I personally like this because it's really user-centric, market-centric. Of all the reasons, this camera is the best one you can buy at the moment, in my opinion, bought it myself, is the combination of price point and fully developed product. What I mean by that, fully developed product, this has gone through, I think, 4 or 5 different major firmware updates. So unlike GoPro, who develop a new model, DJI chooses to mature its product. Lack of a audio jack, which means that you can't, or sorry, a microphone jack. That is kind of a problem. That means you need to buy a little adapter. I have another problem here, is that there is no real tripod mount here, so you have to buy a cage, and the standard cage itself, there is no hot shoe or cold shoe on it, so you can't mount your audio or a different light, so you have to buy that edition. And there's 2 other things I would like to see improved in the future, and that is basically, it goes hand in hand. It's the low light performance. There's a max f-stop here on 2.8, yeah, and 2.8 for you who don't really know anything about photography watching this, that's okay, but normally 2.0 and lower f-stop, you see the F, so if it goes down to 1.0, between 1.0 and 2.0 is normally very good for low light, because the lens is able to attract a lot of light. Yeah, unfortunately this camera, this lens doesn't really do that on that camera, and in combination with a very low ISO of 3200, it's not the best camera if you want to do low light. I would actually say if you want to do really low light, so you're a lot in the dark, you're in places that are not very well lit, I'd say better with your smartphone. For 200 bucks you get a fantastic product for the price. It's maybe not as fancy as the GoPro 9 or as the Insta-X or as another one. There's so many, you know, I lose track of them. But anyways guys, all in all, if you're looking for a good mid-range camera which has a fully developed cycle in terms of features and is very reliable and is easy to carry, and you know, basically doesn't break, $200 and dropping in price. Whereas most of this, you know, this is only 24 months old, people. 24 months. What's 24 months? That's 2 years ago. What did you do 2 years ago? You had the iPhone 9. Now you're $3,000 further down the line and you get what? The iPhone 12. Same here. Just buy what is actually matured. Don't be a tester who pays. That's it guys, and hopefully see you next time.